my shoulder. I'm on top of him. Okay? If he's too strong here, it's hard to shake him, I bring his head to the same side of his body. See my hip, and then bring him to the side. Now I sit up, control his belt, and have my weight on his spine. So get the chin strap, grab the thigh, putting my leg on the floor and hip up. Once I hip up, I get on top of him in a very nice half guard. Okay, ready to pass his guard. So you gotta understand that the back roll that you do here, you shake, you bring his head this way, and now you roll over this shoulder here. Like that. I use this all the time against opponents that likes to do the over-under pass. Okay. You know that simple technique when your opponent go for the Toriano pass and you grab, go for the Toriano here on the side, and you grab this hand here, and then you grab the belt here like this. It's the same principle. You're like turning him this way, and then you coming on top, right? So it's the same principle, but instead like you turn him and then you roll over your shoulder. One more time. Like that here. I'll push, move him. He's gonna put pressure. He put pressure, I go here. Boom. Now I get on top. Okay. If I'm moving Jonathan's here, and it's hard for me to move him, I go here. Get my hips, and I go like that. I put his head in the same side of his body. Okay. All right. Another variation you can do here, you can also come up in the crucifix. In worst case scenario, if you don't like to go for the single leg and sweep him, you can go for the crucifix. Okay, it's very simple, very easy. You just need to come up. All right. But this is like the concept and the principle of how to make your opponent uncomfortable as soon as you get the over-under pass. This technique on the heat of the fight, like the one that I shake my opponent before I try to dig into the side, it's very important to understand like how to explode and how to move. Okay, I show you guys in a very slow pace so you guys can understand the concept. But on the fight, it's gonna be like this. So I got here, right? First I move like, and I need to try to put my knee outside. So once I move, like my opponent needs to really like try to keep super tight. Go Josh, keep super tight, put your weight on me. So I bring my knees to my chest, really hard. So at the same time, so I bring my knees, I push out, I bring my knees to my chest, and I'll tilt my hips this way. Once his head touches the floor, that's the time for me to kick him with the leg that's between the legs here. And then I roll backwards, getting on top of my opponent. It's very effective, very good, and super simple, but it needs to have, you need to have a feeling to understand the technique, okay? So I bridge, I go here, I shake him, go just, he goes hard here, I move down, and then boom, sweep him. It works really well, it's very good, super simple, and I have like a high percentage on defending the stack pass like that. Right now we're gonna learn how to attack our opponent when they get the over-under pass, but we're gonna work on submissions, okay? So there's different ways for us to attack, okay? A submission. One of the submissions that I like to do from here, of course the Kimura is good, right? But it's not all the time that your opponent will be like this, right? His hand is gonna be inside like that. Right? Or when he pulls the hand on my knee, so he's gonna give you space for me to get the Kimura, okay? The Kimura, it's a very strong position from this situation, okay? I feel that's really hard for him to defend. And I have like different attacks. I use the Kimura to also apply an arm bar, okay? Especially when sometimes I apply the Kimura here and then my opponent's like step with the leg over his hand. No, this leg over your hand, like this, and then it's hard for me to bring the hand behind his back, okay? So if his hand is already here, I have a high percentage of sweeping or submitting my opponent, okay? If he stop here, he'll tap, but if he rolls, you go for a forward roll like to defend, I'll end up on bottom in a nice sweep, but I still can submit him, right? So I'll show you guys details from that position. It's not gonna be so simple to get the Kimura there, So what I like to do here, so when my opponent's here, so I first protect myself, like doing the same exact thing that we did before. So now I'm gonna start shaking our opponent, right? And my intention is to push him that way. And when I bring him this way, I use my leg that's between between his legs to push him this way here. So he's gonna post the hand on the floor, right? So I'm gonna go 1, and then 2. He's posting the hand on the floor. Once he posts the hand on the floor, I don't even looking for his wrist yet. First thing I try to do is to go with the hand over his arm. Okay, my left hand goes over his arm, and I grab my wrist. Then I slide to his wrist. Okay, I like to work with the thumbs like this. Okay, over my wrist and over his wrist, so that way I can start applying the Kimura. Of course, if he doesn't roll here, he's gonna tap. Okay. But if you stiffen his arm, stiffen your arm like straight, like this. I don't like to change for an arm bar here, okay? I like to bring my forearm towards my chest, like this, and then I'll bend his arm towards his back, okay? And I start going for the submission. But most of the time, your opponent will try to roll, okay? I keep this leg here inside, because this leg here